Whether you're buying to hold and generate rental income or you're buying to sell after a short time, it is important to know the return on investment, aka ROI, to determine a property's value. I must confess that I'm biased towards real estate because real estate is tangible. So I'm going to use hypothetical property example in my calculations for a finance deal and a cash purchase property deal. Now, suppose you have $1 million to invest in a rental property and you're considering two options. Option one is to do a cash deal with your $1 million, or option two is to make a down payment of 20% and borrow the remainder from the bank. So let's look at option one, the ROI for the cash deal. So you paid $1 million in cash for a rental property. Your purchase price equal $1 million. Transfer cost in this case will be $25,000. And assuming that you did the renovation, cost is $40,000. Your total cash invested will be $1,065,000. Now, by using our 80-20 principle, you should receive a minimum 13,000 rand. So your rent income equal 13,000 per month. We assume that our operating expenses will be 2,400. A year later, your rental income will be 156,000 rand. Your operating expenses equal 28,800. Therefore, your net profit will be equal to 127,200. We now go to calculate our ROI, and our cash on cash ROI will be equal to your net profit, which is 127,200, over your cash invested, which is your total cash invested, which is 1,065,000, which is equal 0.119 or 11%. For us to see which option is better, we have to look at the ROI so that we can compare apples with apples. Now, let's look at option two, your cash on cash ROI for the finance deal. So your purchase price is $1 million. Your transfer cost is the same, it's 25,000. There's a new element in place because you finance this deal, you're going to have a bond registration cost. So your bond registration cost is 28,000. Your renovation cost is still at 40,000. Remember, we're doing a down payment of 20%. Will give you 200,000. So your total cash invested is 293,000. Your rental income is equal 13,000 rand. Your operating expenses equal 2,400 per month. Your monthly mortgage cost will be 7,020. Your total expense 9,420. This leaves us with a net profit of 3,580. 1 year later, our net profit now is equal to 42,960. We now go to calculate our ROI, and therefore our cash on cash is equal 42,960 over the total cash invested, which is 293,000, which equal 0.147, which is 14.7%. From our calculation, it is clear that option two gives us a better ROI. So if you have $1 million sitting in your account, you can literally do 5 of these deals at the same time. Even though the motivation may differ between investors, making money is usually at the core of all investments.